everyone, and welcome to Happy, Healthy, and Successful. This summit is all about bringing way showers, healers, thought leaders, teachers, masters from around the world to share with you their experiences, to share with you their tools, their teachings, their lessons, to create possibility for you to step into your next. And today with us, we have Susan Reis. Welcome, Susan. Tell us
Hello, hello. What a wonderful way to start the new year. And are we going to need to gather together and keep doing this type of thing to help us be calm through this year and all the energies? And that's the first message I'm getting. So I'd like to start with an angel song, if that's all right, since that's
Yeah.
my thing.
Can we first,
Okay.
can you tell us a little bit about yourself first, and then we'll go with the angel song?
Sure. I'm a sound therapist. I've been channeling angels and doing, I open my mouth and songs come through. I've been doing that for over 33 years. I used to teach co-creating heaven on earth classes, and now I teach joyful enlightened millionaires classes all over the world, pretty much remotely. I like to play with angels and sound therapy. I'm a certified sound therapist. I'm a certified medium. That's been coming up a lot. I've been doing more medium readings lately. And I am very pleased to just kind of let things come through, messages to help us who chose to be here at this time, which I definitely chose to be here at this time. And everyone listening to this, you're probably aware that you chose to be here on the planet at this time to help us get through it with a little bit more comfort, a lot more joy, and some fun. And have fun be something we put in there to kind of balance things out. So the first thing I like to do is get some oils, frankincense on is my spiritual protector and uplifter. I always feel better when I have that on, when I'm working with, especially if you expand out to the, millions of people energetically, or one-on-one with my clients, or just in public even. It's nice to have it on. It keeps me in my own energy vibration. So
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, let's if you're ready, let's go to the angel song.
yeah, I'm just gonna get a little grounding oil on to make us comfortable being here. And here we go. And I never know what's going to come through. So here we go. We are seeing your world is changing as you know it. And how you feel now will be how you show up in it. We do not expect anyone to be joyful all the time. We'd like to tell you that everything is fine. Everything's divine. You will see this in time, in your world's time. So as you go through the ups and downs that are here in this year, you may find a turbulent time. So gather near. There's no need to go it all alone in fear. Gather near. Gather here. Kayanoma yana kayanoma. Love and joy conquers fear. Gather, 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 gather. Community is the key word for this year. Don't do anything alone, whether it's Facebook groups you like or groups that you're in with coaches who are like beings like yourself. I call us Earth Angels. There's going to be some turbulent times, and it's not scary when you're in a community and you got each other's back and you raise each other's up. I like to talk about trickster energy, and trickster energy will try to isolate you and keep you alone, because when you're isolated and alone, you have more of a chance of depression, more of a chance of maybe not the most joyful contributing energies. And they're not saying you have to be joyful all the time. They're just saying just the more you can feel good in this world at this time, the more you can smile at someone, raise each other up, give someone a hug, have your own community, have your own class, attend different classes, start a simple little group that you hang out in. You will be well supported, and we're also will bring us into those higher dimension realms where we're not just always stuck in third dimension and fourth dimension, which is really yucky. So as we move to fifth dimension, which is really yummy. I'm so technical. So let's gather together as much as we can.
Beautiful. What a beautiful message as we start this new year, as we step into what's next and we create community, we create connections and connection with ourselves. And I think part of that message is also connection with you and your own divine team, your own divine self, and feeling comfortable in that space because we're moving into expansion. We're moving into feeling more grounded. We're moving into creation. We're really moving into our responsibility as master creators. So beautiful, to start from that place and create that foundation for ourselves. Thank you. Thank you, angels. Susan, tell us, right now where you are, it feels wonderful. There's a level of joy and balance. But tell us about those times where it wasn't so much this way and the steps, actions, choices that you made to find your way, to make your way to this moment in time.
Yeah, I'm so grateful. I have joyful abundance in all areas of my life right now. Health and love and wealth and careers I love, but it didn't used to be that way at all. And there was always kind of a knowingness that if you go through the shadow, and there's duality in our planet, so the dark, there's light. So you will find with us earth angels, us light workers, you will find that those who are having a fantastic time now, you go, oh, I wish I could be like them. Well, it's not, maybe not if you knew people's stories, because you'll hear the stories about them being almost dead and in the hospital for years of their life, or you'll hear, So my story is I was raised in an alcoholic family who watched my dad beat up my mom for 12 years, and he got better and became a well-known counselor and helped many, many families with alcohol, with AA. I call him a master. And I went on to create programs where masters seem to find their way to me. So usually the people that come to me do have some of these not so fun things going on in their lives. And they've healed to some extent. But what I learned a few years ago that's been really, really helpful when I was teaching my co-creating heaven on earth classes like good 30 years ago now, it came through really loud and clear that the hardships that we're decided to go through, because we all kind of choose a reality without being aware of it, were very helpful to the world. So say I chose to have the alcoholic family and get through it and survive. Now I can help other people do the same. And it's not even like I don't teach that specifically, but I was able to, when I say, well, whatever you went through, whether it's sexual abuse or hardship, whatever, you're removing some of that for the world. You're transforming it and transmuting it just by having it go through your experience. Getting goosebumps on that. And that was really helpful for people to hear. It's like, oh, I didn't just suffer for suffering's sake. So it's all relative, right? Because my suffering was nothing compared to some people's suffering. Though it wasn't fun. So I got myself out of the situation, got myself whole, healthy, and healed over many, many years. And I was brought to LA, and I studied with teachers in LA back when meditations weren't even, they were like meditating was a thing of taboo. Yoga was taboo. Can you imagine that? It's like, what? You're meditating? You're going to yoga? And long story short, I was introduced to meditation there. And then when I came back to Wisconsin as a single mom, it was the only thing that got me back to the winters of Wisconsin after being in LA, was I had a little one on the way, is I started studying with a woman who channels, a complete channel. She doesn't know what comes through unless she would listen to it afterwards on a recording. And then I realized my intuitive gifts were coming out. And now along the way here, I've had no money. There were times when I was out in LA and I was down to zero. I mean, no, I had $1 left once and went and put it in the church basket. I used to hang out at a lot of churches. I loved hanging out at churches. I have a bachelor's in religious studies. I love and honor all the religions. And I say there's good and bad in all religions. Good is the God source universe. We all experience that. And the bad is how man can get in there and mess things up. But I always looked at the good. And I love all churches and religions. And I used to hang out at them. So one day I found my last dollar, threw it in the church basket, walked outside, and there was a $20 bill. I kind of always knew I'd be taken care of. It went on many ups and downs in the money department, many ups and downs in the love department. Obviously, I came back as a single mom, not a very good relationship, left the relationship behind, and had come back to raise my son on my own. Well, my family's here, and I was grateful for that. And then, so I've had, I was 8.5 months pregnant when I found out that this guy who was my fiance was married. So we have some interesting, fun polarities, right? Now I'm happily married for 27 years, and we have more fun every day. Known him for 30 years. And so joyful abundance of money, didn't have it. Joyful abundance of love, didn't have it. Health, I was sick all the time. I had no immune system. And whenever I would go to like teach a meditation class, teach a sound therapy class, I would get sick. And it's no fun. And I had tonsillitis, I had strep throat, I had chronic sinus infection. And I'm like, what's going on here? This is ridiculous. So I learned a long time ago how to ask questions. What else is possible? And I was introduced to essential oils, and now I haven't been sick since. And that's been like 14 years. And that's a big, powerful statement because I know what to take. I ask my body, I know what it needs. I can give it something that's healthy for it. And I no longer have to worry about being sick. I've been in rooms where everyone got COVID and I did not get COVID many times. If we can say the C word. I've have all kinds of people who have been helped with other C words also using essential oils. So I'm very grateful that I have that in my life. So joyful abundance of money, love, health, and career. Beautiful. I love because when I came in, I used to work in insurance, and I nannied my way through college. I did acting. Took care of kids with autistic kids and Alzheimer's, and I worked at nursing homes. I've done like a little bit of everything. And I sold insurance, and that wasn't even that bad because I'm still meeting with people, talking to people, helping people. When I got stuck in an office working 40 hours a week, selling car insurance, this isn't what I signed up for. This is not what I came to the planet for. What else is possible? Again, my heart and soul asked. And of course, my health was bad. So I kind of back up a little bit because it was then that I was introduced to essential oils. Tripled what I was making with the insurance, allowed me to create my Joyful Possibilities company. And with that, I used my sound therapy gifts as a sound therapist. And with that, I'm able to help many, many people have all they desire in life. Get the homes they love, the love they love, the health they love, the money they love. And we always go with the question of what would it take to have joyful abundance in all areas of life? And we let God source universe, and I work a lot with angels, guide us to what steps to take to create that. And that is my greatest joy. So now I have super, super joy in my career. And when I celebrate with my clients who are creating lives they love. Beautiful. And together we create a world we love. So it's like that ripple effect. We get lit, we get activated, we get joyful abundance. They go and help 10 people. They go and help 10 people. I see these little lights go off all over the world, activations. I have people in Morocco. I have people in Singapore. I have people lighting up their part of the world, being their true authentic self. Beautiful. And the more outrageously authentic you can be is where we're at right now.
Wonderful. Tell us about your biggest lesson in life. This is wonderful where you are now. What was that biggest lesson or pivot point in your life that moved you into this alignment where you were, whatever it took, we're going to live this life or create
I
your own
didn't
life?
have a moment because I came into this world already activated.
Hmm.
And I wasn't aware of that. And that's why I studied all these religions and did all these things. It was several years into my starting to teach co-creating heaven on earth classes, me getting my mediumship certification in Hawaii, different things like that. But I was already activated through all that. That was just a confirmation of things.
Hmm.
My sound therapy degree, I was already very activated. I was sent as a gatekeeper, if you know the term. I'd be sent as a gatekeeper to these places. So I'm not going to mention who I was working with. I got my certification with, because there's some beautiful energy there too. But sound can be misused and abused. And some people were walking around like zombies. And I was not even allowed to attend the event. I had to sit with 4 other people and we had to just pray, and I saw this whole field in Mother Mary energy and protection energy, and we had to establish grid works
Hmm.
over these events. And then there were still a couple people who were walking like zombies the next day. And I have this ability, I can go up and I can use my light language and go, and they go, oh my gosh. And they come right out of it. Or
Hmm.
I see past lives that they were triggered, and I see different relationships and things like that. So I was already activated when I went to them. I was activated when I went to Hawaii. I was activated when I came in. So then I started asking questions when people keep asking questions like this. How did you know? And I keep being told that I always was activated since I came to this planet, and I had a choice. I did not have to come back. And I chose to come back. And some people call it a bodhisattva,
Hmm.
that you choose to come back until everyone's enlightened, because we're all one big piece of the puzzle.
Hmm.
And so why wouldn't I want to help the whole puzzle get done?
Hmm.
I want to help
Beautiful.
complete the puzzle called oneness. So I'm doing my part, and I love that people come to me get activated and do their part. But I
Beautiful.
came into this world this way.
Yeah, beautiful. I can relate to that because I remember working with my guides and my angels, doing something very similar, freeing spirits from early ages, 5, 6 years old, traveling, astral traveling, going into other timelines and dimensions. Uh, so yeah, I remember and I recognize, that so many of us are coming in actualized and awake to do this work. And it's wonderful that we're all here creating this space for humanity, creating this space for everyone to step into what is next for them. So beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for your work. Susan, what practice can you share that somebody can immediately implement in their life to start moving into their own divine mission or aligning with their divine will or just being in that place of joy and uh, embodying the power of choice?
I love sharing tools. And they are so simple that some people will think they're too simple, so that they won't even, pull them out of their tool chest and use them. But try it, because these are so simple. So the couple I'm going to share with you today is ask questions, open-ended questions. I ask that I work with my highest guides and angels for the highest good of all involved. And that I give you my free will to co-create with me each day. So the first thing is ask, give your
Mhm.
permission, because our free will, 3D free will, puts a little barrier there where they're sitting here, unlimited time, unlimited things to do. They absolutely love, love, love to help us. And we're sitting here with our hands tied. And all you have to do is I ask that I work with my highest guides and angels for the highest good of all. I give you my free will to co-create with me today. What grand and glorious adventure can I have today? What would it take for my day to be more amazing than I can even ever imagine? What would it take for me to create joyful abundance in all areas of my life? Notice they're open-ended questions because the thinking mind will try to answer them. This is from the heart. And from the heart, with these open-ended questions, it goes out and creates the quantum entanglements, which means God, source, universe, the angels heard us, and they have permission to help us. And then the beautiful things show up. You bump into the person you're meant to spend your life with. Those type of amazing things just begin to flow. And that's one of them. The other thing I really want people to write down, post it on your mirror. I say post it on your forehead. So you see it every time you look in the mirror, is because we're going to go through some ups and downs this year. And there's a lot that's meant to be done this year, a lot. And do what you can do that you're here for. So the bigger you go out into the light, the more people you go out to help. If you're helping 10 people now, and this year you're going to help 200, things are going to come up. And I just want you to know that everything is always working out for you. So that's one. Everything is always working out for me. I am enough. I have enough. And then this is the big one to write down. When things go bad, you go, what's right about this that I'm not getting? What else is possible? And that one, if you keep just on your side of the bed, keep it in your purse, keep it in your pocket. And then all of a sudden, Jesus, what happened there? You're not staying into what's wrong. Like my son totaled his car and no one was hurt. So I didn't go, what's wrong? Oh my God, what's wrong? No. That's our normal go-to. I went, what's right about this that I'm not getting? What else is possible? Long story short, we wanted a new vehicle. We got a new vehicle and it didn't cost us a cent out of pocket because of the insurance and the new vehicle. Now, normally, if I wouldn't have said what's right about this that I'm not getting, maybe we would have struggled. Maybe we would have fought with the insurance. Maybe we would have had a car dealer who didn't negotiate the price. Maybe we would have paid $3,000 or $4,000 to get a different vehicle. That's one timeline. But just by saying what's right about this that I'm not getting, what else is possible, that's a different timeline.
I love that.
And it's not created until you say it. Now, that was kind of, I like to use that example because it's kind of major. So you can use it for big things. So you can use it for little things. And the little things accumulate like, oh gosh, I'm in this line. That person is taking so long. That cashier, she's just talking to people. What's right about this that I'm not getting? What else is possible? All of a sudden the line opens up or another, hey, come here, this line's open. It's that simple and that fun and that amazing to watch.
I love that. I love that. It creates a different perspective. It opens you up to receiving as well, receiving whatever the universe wants to give you in that moment. So thank you for that. That's a very powerful statement. I love that.
And the other thing with that that's really fun and really helpful is segment intending. So even before you get to the store, you can intend, what would it take to have my time going to the grocery store being more fun than I can even ever imagine? Then all of a sudden, your favorite checkout person is there, the one who's always happy, always smiling, and there's no one in her line at all. And you get to the front of the line with your favorite person. So you can use that all day long. It's really fun. And then one other thing I meant to bring up, because it's going to help a few of you listening, is if all of a sudden you're dropping things, if all of a sudden you're angry, if all of a sudden you go to someone and they're like yelling at you when you're trying to get gas, I'm like, what's right about this that I'm not getting? What else is possible? You entered into someone else's timeline. And so then you want to stop. Is this even mine or is this someone else's? You can actually step into someone else's energy. And you can call it timeline, or you could just say I'm picking. But when it's a pattern like that, I went to the post office and they were grumpy. Then I went to the gas station and they were grumpy. Then I went here and they were grumpy. Is that mine or did I just enter a different timeline? If so, I don't want that timeline and go right back to what's right about this that I'm not getting. What else is possible? So watch these patterns because then you can change it into powerful, joyful things by a few questions. What's right about this that I'm not getting? What else is possible? Few segment intendings. We're going to have enough turbulence coming up from the world. We're so empathic, and we're going to be picking up enough people's fears that I was meant to bring that up. So you guys just stop and be the joyful contribution. Send them blessings. I send 100 white lights to the post office person if that happens. Angels, whitewash them with so much love and blessings. Whitewash the car person at the gas station with so much love and blessings, and then get on the timeline that you're more joyful in. And yeah, I think we're going to be talking more about that in a different way today too, because being so empathic and picking up the world's fear is going to really throw you off your path of what you're here to do.
Yeah, and I think it's really important to recognize when you're not yourself, when you're not in your own energy, because when you recognize it, that's the first thing to moving out of it. And secondly, having a practice or having some tools to get back to clear everybody else's energy and get back into your own alignment. And then embodying the light, amplifying the light within you, whether it's love and compassion or loving kindness or simply unconditional love or peace, and then allowing yourself to be the beacon of that and to be the anchor of that. Beautiful,
Mhm.
beautiful, Susan. Anything else you want to share with the audience?
Yeah, they don't go it alone. I've said it before, but they want to emphasize it in a new way and saying, if you have a chance to work with a mentor like Maria or someone who's can shine the light where your dark shadows are, that's going to really, really contribute you to being supported and being grounded and connected and protected and getting about what you came here to be. So if there's a teacher you know and love and trust, and they have some available opportunity to create together, having that mentor right now, having that community right now is going to be they're I watch the words real carefully, and I channel through this whole time. I'll tell you when it's me, in my opinion, but this is all channeled. So they're stopping me because they don't want to create more concern. They want me to share it this way. When you're together with people who are raising the vibration of the world and supporting each other and loving each other and looking for ways to contribute joyful energy to the world and have each other's backs, there's less slip ups, there's less problems, there's less trials and tribulations as you grow, and there's more joy, there's more fun. There's more laughter. There's more support. There's more, oh, look at that again. Look what I just did. I chose this timeline, or I was too empathic, or I picked up this. But now it doesn't bother me. My clients always say they are so different. They just notice things like an observer. You just notice, oh, look at that. Silly me.
Mhm.
You're also changing identities too. So you're going from the old identity of the 2023 year you to this new identity of the leader and the teacher and doing what you came here to do, that you agreed to do, and showing up in a kind of a responsible way, a consistent, responsible way for many of you. And that's going to require a little bit more support. Some people think they can do that alone, and you can, but it's hard to catch the shadows yourself.
Mhm.
And I think, Maria, you can explain it better, but it's hard to catch the shadows yourself because you're an expert at that, because you'll catch these really interesting ones that I don't know how it's like going in and cleaning from the inside out. And it's just helpful, very helpful.
Yeah, I love that message as we step into this new year. When you have connection, when you have community, and I always feel like it's that connection starts with you, not just the human, but the divine within you, the light within you, source within you, your guides. When you have that connection, you never feel alone in the world. You feel supported. You feel that everything's always going to be right with the world, and your belief systems, your trust in yourself, your trust in what you're up to strengthens. The certainty that you move into, the knowing, also amplifies. So, as you move forward, begin to have that powerful connection with yourself, and then also building that community around you. Because as you build that connection with yourself, again, you're anchoring new frequencies, and then you're creating space. And space for others to step into those new frequencies and also awaken to their own truth, to their own reality, awaken to their mission and their purpose. And some of them simply awakening to having choice, to choosing joy, happiness, to choose to create a life of design, their life by design. So, practice that. Practice you becoming, you being, you embodying. Beautiful, Susan. That was a wonderful message. If anybody wanted to connect with you, where would they find you? How can they connect with you?
The easiest way is to go to my full name, Susan Elizabeth Reis, REIS.com. And there's a gift there, a sound therapy gift. It's a fun one. It's a morphing into the enlightened millionaire's energy. Someone did it and reported back that 3 hours later they made an extra $500. So it's just a fun little gift for you right there. But that also will get you into, I'll be able to send you the information. I do have a live class coming up in January, and that is how I can let you know that it's a free class. And we're going to together, you'll get your angel songs. Everyone there, the angels are fun. They are super fun. Everyone there, as many as I can, will get an angel song where I open my mouth and a song comes through for you if you have a particular question. So that would be probably the simplest way to do it.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, thank you so much for being with us today. It was wonderful. Lots of beautiful messages and beautiful tools to share with everybody. And for everybody listening, step into your next. Uh, Tune into yourself and see what works for you, and start implementing that in your life. Start living into the greatest version of yourself. Begin with that connection with you and amplifying who you are, designing your life, and be who you're meant to be in the world. Thank you so much, Suzanne. Thank you, everyone, for listening. And we'll see you soon. Lots of love.